This is even better than we expect as the Vancouver Canucks reveal their opening night roster heading into game one with Adam Foote having huge decisions to make. We get one key report revealing one name in particular that fans are going to be fired up that will start on the opening night lineup. And this one key detail surrounding him is absolutely insane. We're going to break down all this, the opening night roster, who's set to debut, and so much more in this episode. You're not going to want to miss it, so let's just dive straight into it today. So the Vancouver Canucks released their opening night roster, the 23-man roster to open the season, and we do get confirmation from the Vancouver Canucks. Now, we've seen a bunch of roster moves yesterday, and I'm going to touch on some of these guys that did end up going down to Abbotsford, but there's a lot to love around this team, and let's go straight into the report coming from John Shannon. In Vancouver, I'm told Braeden Cootes will be in the opening night lineup Thursday versus Calgary. First off, want to say hockey is back. Thank God. Second off, Braden Coots not only staying with the club for the 23-man roster where people thought maybe Baines or Carlson would get in, but Braden Coots, the 15th overall pick in this past draft, will make his Vancouver Canucks debut and is on a list of some insane names. 18 years old to play for the Canucks, you can work down Trevor Linden, a little name that Canucks fans may like. Seeing Braden Coots get into this lineup at 18 years old, getting elite company where we can see, what is this, 5 guys to ever do it. This management group and Adam Foote is putting a lot of trust into their first round pick this year, and just seeing the fact that he's the first one since 1990-91 to join this team, who also play with Seattle Thunderbirds, is awesome to see, and there's so much to love and details to look in on Coots. Now, Coots, 15th overall pick, he's won fans over. We've seen how good he was in training camp, the prospect tournament, all the way to preseason, registering 4 points and being a standout next to Jonathan Lekkerimäki as they continue and made the push to finally crack the lineup. Now, Coots was great in the WHL, 26 points, or 63 points, 26 goals. Coots is a great offensive talent, but that's not even his strongest suit. Looking at Coots, we know the work ethic is there, the attention to detail. He fits in everywhere. We've seen in the preseason, he doesn't look out of place, and he's won everyone over in this organization to at least give him the stint to start this season. Now, we can go farther in. If Coots does make his debut, he'd become only the 3rd player drafted 15th overall to play an NHL game as an 18-year-old, going back to 1963, and the first in almost 30 years. The other 2 are a Hall of Fame defenseman and a forward who played nearly 1,300 games. Coots is going out and making a name for himself, not only in this Vancouver market, to the fan base, to management, but to the rest of the NHL, as he's putting people on notice that, hey, 14 teams passed up on me that shouldn't have. With how good he's playing, he hasn't got anywhere close to his ceiling. And the fact that an 18-year-old kid coming in, a former Oilers fan, thank God we got him, is coming in to be with the Vancouver Canucks, wear this jersey and play in his game, where we could see either 1 to 9 games, or if he surprises enough, go all the way to 82. Now, with this lineup, there's a lot to like about it, a lot of question marks. We're going to touch on a couple things where players were sent down to Abbotsford and everything in between, but this opening night roster is so fun and almost gives us the feeling of hope. I've had hope with this team. I know this team is going to be good. I know a lot of Canucks fans, especially after last season, it was hard to really look at the team and say, hey, we're excited. We know what they're going to do. But with a lot of new faces, with some rookies, with some young players injected into this team, where Patrik Allvin looked at the Abbotsford players and said, hey, prove you deserve to be here. We're going to give you the chances. Linus Karlsson and Baines did secure the chance, but getting these guys into the lineup is outstanding. Now, with the 23-man roster, there's going to be 3 guys scratched: Baines, Linus Karlsson, and Joseph. This is not confirmed yet, but with Coots coming in with the regulars on forward, it's going to be these 2 on the forward group. Joseph is a 7th defenseman. We're going to touch on this because I know a lot of people aren't happy about this, but right now, Braden Coots, I would project it's going to play with Teddy Bluger and Conor Garland, or Jonathan Lekkerimäki, as we've seen him really have chemistry going through the entire preseason. We've seen the goal, the assist he set up for Lekkerimäki to fire it to the top corner. These kids have been proving that this Canucks management might not have a number 1, 2, 3, 5 overall pick, but what they're getting with their talent in the later halves, in the teens, even in the later draft, where you see guys like Elias Pettersson, defenseman, DPD, be taken in the third. This Canucks group is building something, and I do expect the forward group to be rolled out with Coots in the middle six. Now, going into this, there's a lot of new faces. Baines, Hedel, Coots, Kane, Carlson, Lekramacky, work your way down, that are going to be in the open tonight roster. Now, Demko was injured last year, but we're going to get a healthy Demko coming into the season. This Canucks group has a lot of new faces, a lot of familiar faces, and revenge to go out and win a championship to prove the haters wrong. This group is going into what's going to be built up to be a special year with the young guys, with the revenge tours, with everything they want to accomplish with the new head coach. This year is going to be incredible, and it all starts with the opening night roster. Now, going into this, the Canucks do have $1.3 million in projected cap space with a 23-man roster. Hoglander is on injury. We know a couple guys in Abbotsford as well. The dead cap of Mikheyev, when traded, there was retained only last year on this, and of course the OEL buyout, which haunts the Canucks to this day. But it doesn't matter when going fully into all the players and everyone making it through. And of course, the name everyone that I've seen in the comments or social media is talking about Victor Mancini, Vittorio Mancini. Going into Mancini, he was great in the preseason. He proved that he is an NHL talent. He proved in Abbotsford that he was too good to be in the AHL when we've seen him dominate in the AHL playoffs. But the biggest thing with Mancini and going back into this lineup, yes, having him on this team would be awesome. I'd love for Mancini. When Derek Forbort is off this team in maybe a year or more, there is an opening coming up for him to join this group. The right side is getting older with Myers and Forbort. This is perfect for Mancini and Willander to come into this group and take over the right-handed position. But at the very moment, with Joseph as the seventh defenseman, you would rather have Mancini down in the AHL with Abbotsford. He didn't have to clear waivers, which was probably a huge reason, as Joseph would have had. But the big thing with Mancini, getting him down to Abbotsford, he's not only going to be able to work on his game more, but he's also going to get a lot more minutes. When looking at this Abbotsford group, it's not set yet. They're currently in their camp. It's awesome to see them fighting for spots as well. But at the moment, we know Mancini and Willander are going to take over this right side. We know these guys are going to be good, and getting him 20 plus minutes a night in the AHL is going to help with his development. He's going to be the first called up. If there's an injury on this team, yes, Joseph can step in, but I truly do believe if someone goes down, and we don't want to see it, especially after last year, in Forbort or Myers, Mancini will be the first name called up. He's going to get a ton of minutes in the AHL, and this will help with his development, and he comes in as a full-time NHLer, maybe in the playoffs mid-season, end of year, or next year. We know we have an elite talent with Mancini and Willander, so having these guys develop more in the AHL makes the most sense. But what is your guys' thoughts on this? What is your thoughts on Coots coming in, a 15th overall pick in the past draft, coming in as one of only 5 players to ever do it with the Vancouver Canucks at 18, but also one of 3 to do it in the past 30 years when you were 18 years old, drafted at the 15th overall pick. Let me know your thoughts. How many points does Coots put up? What is your thoughts on this Canucks team? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And speaking on comments, let's go straight into comments of the day. Coots and Lekramacky have worked their asses off. They have great chemistry together, and this might be the first time I've cursed on the channel, if we count that as a curse word. But listen, both of these kids have proven that they're ready for the NHL. Yes, Coots might go back to the WHL to not use a year off his ELC, but I do truly think this is what separates the Vancouver Canucks with multiple other teams. Yes, you don't have a Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard, but you have a handful of prospects that are NHL ready that can't make the team because of this talent. So as the years go on, as these players mature and get even better, this Canucks team is going to be terrifying to face in the next couple of years, this year in particular. But going further, hey, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Leave a comment down below. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'm losing my voice saying the season hasn't started, so I cannot wait to watch it with you guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. But this has been this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Mark Pye, and take care, Canucks fans. We're a few days away.